Hi friends, welcome to #TechieMit. So in continuation of the multi-threading series, today I'm going to bring you new video on cyclic barrier in Java. So this would be one of the last and probably the last remaining topic in our prolonged multi-threading series. So let's begin with the theory part. So starting with the introduction, cyclic barrier is basically a synchronization construct in Java. It basically allows multiple threads to wait for each other until they reach a barrier point. So it can be considered analogous to like if you are moving to a trip and all of your friends reach a common barrier point, common like meeting point. And from that meeting point, all of the your friends, like there would be one car or multiple cars, they reach the destination and where we have to reach ultimately. So somewhat similar to that concept, there is a synchronization construct in which there might be multiple threads, and so the multiple threads they execute, and they execute until all of them they reach a common barrier point. Okay, so that is the cyclic barrier point. That and it is cyclic means again and again certain points can be occurred. Means if once it held again it can be occurred. So it's called a cyclic. So that's the point. Right, cyclic. So once all the required numbers reach the barrier point, they are released to continue execution. Yeah. So as the point says, once all the required number of threads reach the barrier, specific point, they reach the barrier, they are continued to execution. Cyclic barrier is yeah, it's definitely from the most well-known java.util.concurrent package that is in which the package is majorly used for the concurrency operations. So the same package it belongs to cyclic barrier, and basically cyclic barrier supports an optional runnable command that is run once per barrier point after the last thread in the party arrives, but before any threads are released. This barrier action is useful for updating shared state before any party continues. So basically, it supports an optional runnable command. It runs once per a barrier point. In the after the last thread arrives in the party arrives, means uh, it supports an optional runnable command. So in the constructor, you can optionally pass a runnable command, and yeah, you can continue it before any like all of the threads are arrive and they can release. And the important point to note is this barrier action is useful for updating shared state before any of the party can continue. Means the shared state means the shared state of the object or like the thread it can be shared before like any of the like parties in the sense here like multiple threads to continue. So continuing further use case, yeah, that's the important most important. So we understand the analogy like where what is the basically a cyclic thread and which package, but the analogy when it comes to the practical use cases, so it can be considered in like multi-threaded computation where intermediate results yeah, need synchronization. Yeah, so yeah, so consider the scenarios when like multiple threads, they each of them are given a specific task and they need to reach a common like common path or common like you can call it, is it a same point or like specific in their execution there is some point they need to reach each other, and for that they need synchronization means one thread is followed by another thread followed by third thread followed by fourth thread. So multi-threading environment there synchronization. So like parallel processing of large data sets in chunks. So yeah, parallel processing means parallelly you can execute multiple data sets. That's important. Parallelly you can process multiple data sets. Multiplayer gaming where all players must reach before the game starts. Yeah, that's important because in multiplayer gaming what it happens that all the player they must reach. Yeah, before the game starts, because there are a number of multiplayer games like majorly the arcade or war games, let's say Contra, or like any kind of war games. There is a multiplayer games, because the game cannot be begin until all the players are reach, because you have to choose that how many players want to play the game, and accordingly the game like is set, and once all the players are reaching, only after then the game begins. So yeah, in the multi-threaded application, in the multiplayer game, it's used. And yeah, and also the coordinating task in parallel computing environment. So parallel processing environments, you have to go for like there are multiple tasks here. You set your tasks here, you are going to ask for jobs, you have to process parallel. So this is a specific use case for cyclic barrier, in which all of the threads must begin after they reach like common barrier point, and after that they process the execution. So this like usually the parallel processing, be it a multiplayer game or like database, multiple like data sets you can process parallel. Done. Now let's move further. So what are the advantages of cyclic barrier? So yeah, so if you consider the advantage that it allows multiple threads to synchronize effectively, because yeah, so the point in which all the threads they need to reach a common point, only after that one they can execute. So synchronization is effectively implemented, and reusable threads they have crossed the barriers. uh, yeah, it's reusable once the threads have crossed the barrier, means once the thread cross the barrier points, again they can be reused, again they can be acquired the cyclic lock, barrier lock. So it is called a cyclic barrier. So it's reusable. It's not like it. Once the cyclic barrier is acquired in the lifetime of a thread, it cannot again acquire the locks. It's a cyclic barrier. So similar to the concept of say re-entrant lock. So like again and again, the cyclic barrier can be obtained and executed. It helps in parallel task coordination and workload balancing. As I told, the parallel task computing is the one of the major advantages of cyclic barrier. Execute an optional barrier action when all the threads reach the barrier. Yeah, that's important. It basically allows us to reach optional barrier, execute an optional barrier action. Yeah. So when after all the thread reaching the barrier, so moving to the limitations further. Yeah. So considering the limitations of a cyclic barrier, if at a point any one thread gets stuck or fail, all the threads will be blocked indifferently. Yeah. So yeah, because there might be a scenario like one you're waiting, like suppose there are 5 threads, and amongst the 5 threads, suppose the third or the second thread, it like some issue occurs and it fails, and it's unable to join the barrier point. So all the other threads they have to indefinitely wait, which will ultimately lead to starvation, and they will be blocked indefinitely, because it cannot be, suppose it cannot happen like 5 threads are there and then 4 threads are, have arrived and they can start the execution. Only the execution will begin when amongst the 5 threads, all of the 5 threads are arrived. So yeah, so in fail case scenario, suppose 1 or 2 threads fail, and in that case, so I have a limitation that it cannot the wait threads have to have needed to be blocked indefinitely, so it cannot be started. So yeah, it will ultimately resulting in the scenario of deadlock. So deadlocks will surely occur. Not suitable for synchronizations, like countdown latch, maybe preferable. Yeah. So all scenarios it's not suitable. So in some scenarios you can use a countdown latch, in which the latch gives a specific time and countdown. You will hold the threads. After that, it will release. And requires precise thread management to avoid bottlenecks. Yeah. So yeah, if you consider the performance, then yeah, the thread need to be handled effectively, and also the performance will, because since being synchronized, the performance will take a cost, because in synchronized manner all the threads will be executed. So definitely the execution will be slower as compared to other applications. So precise thread management, and like you have to handle all the scenarios carefully to avoid performance bottlenecks. Cyclic barrier in introduction, and we starting with the definition. We saw what are the insights, what are the advantages, what are the limitations, what are the use cases. So to keep liking, subscribing to #TechieMit. So definitely the practical video will cover in the next session. Stay tuned. Bye for now.